They came down already posed up, huh?
Chekhov in a red shirt but no Spock. That's interesting. Red shirt will probably die.
They said they were being attacked by an unidentified ship,
which we were unable to detect upon approach.
Kirk here.
Spock here, Captain. Sensors have picked up a Klingon ship, closing fast.
Oh, no. Oh, they got their own version of beaming down. That's neat.
Attack my ship! You are now prisoners of the Klingon Empire against which you have committed a wanton act of war.
I guess this episode, the Klingons are just a bunch of people wearing blackface. Different every time.
They haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Klingon get that close to Kirk. Like they just watched him walk by him.
Yeah, and just smack him, like, no regard for his safety or...
And none of them said anything either afterwards. Like, hey! Jerome Bixby, Martin Chomsky.
We took no action against your ship, Kang.
Kang?
Kang?
The Enterprise is mine!
Damn.
Instruct your transporter room to beam us aboard.
Why don't they just go like, oh yeah, we can do that, and they just beam up the four that came down?
Who will be first?
I keep wondering, like, is this thing gonna do something? It's just chilling in the background.
Cossacks! Filthy Klingon murderers! You killed my brother, Peter!
Oh!
100 peaceful people massacred! Just like you did here.
Is this his first interaction with any Klingons?
Damn, dude.
I'll beam you aboard the Enterprise. Once there, no tricks. Mr. Spock, we have guests. I just transported to Whitefield. Beam up everyone in the target area.
Well, we have footage of him saying target. Now we just need footage of him saying audience.
Understood, Captain. Transporter room.
Oh, is there like a secret message?
It seemed like that they were setting up, yeah.
Well, looks like he's taking all of them, though.
Hey, where'd you go?
Oh, second too late. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, is there a brig?
All others suspended in transit. Who are the guests, by the way?
Klingons.
Well, they're right in here.
Is that supposed to be Scotty?
I saw a comment on one of our videos that his hair had another update this episode.
What? Dude, looks like he just straight up buzzed it. Good for him.
They're facing the wrong way. Oh, gotcha.
Damn, dude, that's more generous. I would have just scattered him in space.
No tricks after we reach the ship.
I guess he's got to do it by the book, though. I won't keep harping on this, but I just got to say, their makeup looks terrible. And I don't even mean just from like a offensive darkening of the skin. I mean, it literally looks terrible.
Secure from red alert.
Oh, God.
Maintain general quarters. Scan this sector for other ships.
Yeah, it did get beamed up. Or why would it need beamed up? Maybe it can just transport wherever it wants.
That's probably exactly what it did, yeah.
They also were apparently attracted by a distress call.
It's like a Scooby-Doo episode.
Klingons claim to have honored the truce, but there have been incidents, raids on our outposts.
No proof that the Klingons committed it.
Chekhov looks like he got a bad haircut, too.
We know what a Klingon is.
Something was going around. They invited in someone for like free haircuts, but they actually weren't a barber. Like, they didn't know what they were doing.
They just wanted to get on the Star Trek set. Glad that Chekhov has his own little personal details in this.
Yeah, the whole thing with his brother, that was all awesome.
Always nice when they just pick a random member of the crew to have a personal vendetta.
4 phases locked and ready to fire, sir.
Fire phasers.
They're just gonna blow up their ship. Okay.
You're done.
They threaten to take over the Enterprise. Let's blow up their ship.
Yeah.
This reminds me of The Thing when it shows like the dog walking down the hallway. It's a very well-trained special effect. Oh, did it go down the shaft?
We are 40 against 400.
4,000 throats may be cut in one night.
by a running man.
Maybe that's why the makeup looks so terrible, because they actually had to do more than one.
No time.
Just,
Captain, report coming in from the lower decks. Emergency bulkheads have closed. Almost 400 crewmen are trapped down there, sir.
How did I perform this sabotage, Kirk? All my men are here.
I hope they don't spend the bulk of the episode not realizing what's going on.
I don't like it when we're one step ahead here.
There's a little something
It
I
is
owe you.
interesting having, like, both parties. Ooh!
Oh, yeah!
Give him that receipt.
What? What if this is the return of Charlie X? You thought you could stop me? Send me to therapy?
I do like how it's, like, two opposing parties both thinking it's each other. Like, that's an interesting twist, at least, but...
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, some sword choreography. I was gonna say, maybe it's the same species that set up the Kirk versus Gorn fight.
Sick bay.
Oh, damn.
Not Johnson. Was that Johnson? I can't remember.
I don't know. Why are you holding the sword like that? By the blade?
Yeah, ow.
Neither the Klingon technology nor ours is capable of this. The instantaneous transmutation of matter. However, if they had such power, would they not have used it to create more effective weapons, and only for themselves?
Classic Spock always tells Kirk, like, what's actually going on, but then when he's like, well, what is the solution? He's like, I don't know.
I can tell you the problems, sir. I can't tell you the solution.
Yeah.
I've got a personal score to settle with the Klingons.
Oh, shit,
No
dude,
time for a
what?
vendetta. Maintain your post.
Captain,
Back off. Maintain your post.
I saw what they left of Piotr. I swore on his grave I would avenge his murder.
Damn.
What's Chekhov's grudge against the Klingons? Who's Piotr?
His only brother killed in a Klingon raid.
He never had a brother. He's an only child.
What?
So he's just racist?
Well, they all hate the Klingons.
Or was he affected by this thing, give him like this fake backstory, so they fight each other? But why only Chekhov?
Of course, we're like, oh, I like that nice little backstory. Nope, not real.
It's fake. I was hoping we get a flashback where it cuts his brother, but it's just Chekhov with the mustache.
Oh, yeah.
Same exact thing from the other episode.
That means this is now the second instance where they've introduced a brother of a crew member, but then they're immediately dead, even though this one's not even real.
Any signs of those devils, Mr. Sewell?
All clear, Mrs. Scott.
Ooh, a nice rare shot there with just two of the other crew.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Ah! Whoa!
They love the dive spots, man. Yeah, Scotty, put that to use.
Oh, yeah! Fire.
I don't know how many more of those Klingons are around, but we'll split up here and try to make it back to the bridge. Aye.
That's it. We've taken over the ship. Just that one room.
Is an alien life force, a
Okay.
single entity.
We're almost caught up here.
Alien life force. We must talk to Kang.
Truce? Are you serious? Our backs would turn to jump us in a minute. And you know what Klingons do to prisoners.
It got to McCoy, too.
How many more men must die before you two begin to act like military men? Instead of fools.
Now, this isn't odd behavior for Bones, so it's like, I feel like it's just enough above his normal level of, freaking out.
Especially, like, calling them fools. It's like just going over the line where you know he wouldn't do that normally.
Now control
Just a little bit,
power
yeah.
and life support systems. I have deprived all areas except our own.
Not the sick shot.
The Enterprise is heading out of our galaxy, controlled by a mysterious alien somewhere aboard the ship.
One of the rare times we actually see him recording the log.
Son, Chekhov was right, Captain. We should have left those false-faced goons in the transporter. You've jeopardized the Federation!
See, Mr. Scott.
Keep your fucking hands off me.
No! No!
May I say that I have not thoroughly enjoyed serving with humans. Find their illogic and foolish emotions a constant irritant.
Oh no, is it getting to Spock too?
Spock, Scotty.
Fox. Stop it, you half-human! What are we saying? What are we doing to each other?
Stress.
We've been under stress before. It's never set us at each other's throats.
Every once in a while it does.
It's most urgent that we locate the alien entity immediately.
There's a Sulu report.
No good, Captain. Circuits are in, but systems just aren't responding.
That's cool.
My favorite shot.
Power and life support restored.
Good work.
But, Captain, I didn't do it.
Take the credit.
Does this thing have like a whole plan laid out? Like, is it that sentient, or is it just doing whatever?
I hope it's not smart. In fact, I hope it's dumb. You know what I mean?
It just causes chaos?
Yeah. They can't see me behind the screen fence.
Every Star Trek character thinks it's a solid surface or a one-way.
They've definitely done that before. Ah! You hit him in the ass.
Oh! Let me just put my hand over your mouth while I make out with you.
Not responsible.
Damn. Knocked him out with 2 smacks.
Is this what's in store for us? From here on in?
When your dad carries you up the bed when you fall asleep on the couch.
Fall asleep in the living room, yeah.
Did they see it?
Oh, okay, so they can see it. All right.
What are you doing here?
Reporting for duty, sir. Kill the Klingons! It's never us, isn't it?
Sergeant!
Oh my god, you see Spock's eyes? He never took his eyes off the freaking thing. That's badass.
Yeah, he just did it so casual.
Bing.
When the lieutenant became unconscious, the alien lost energy. It has brought together opposing forces in an effort to promote the most violent mode of conflict.
This is probably the most expositional episode we've seen in quite a bit.
So this thing solely exists on hate and needs to pit people against each other. It's basically the news media.
Stop the war now, or spend eternity in futile, bloody violence.
Have you tried calling it a clown over and over again?
Kang, this is Captain Kirk. I know you can hear me, so don't cut me off. We talk truce now, or she dies. Reply. She has 5 seconds to live.
He is a victim of war, Captain.
Damn, stone cold.
You can call my bluff.
Damn.
Well, guess we have to kill you.
I will take you to Kang. I will add my voice to yours.
I wouldn't trust her, Captain.
Can't get through the Klingon defenses in time.
Even if he does the truce with Kang, like, how's that going to stop this thing? Just because they'll be like, we don't hate each other anymore.
So now this thing will be like, well, oh well.
On to the next one.
You got me. If it weren't for you meddling kids.
Now let's see what this apparition really is.
Harry Mudd!
You bring a surprise.
Kang, wait! He's come alone, unarmed. He must talk to you.
What have they done to you, Mara? You out of your mind? What have they done to you?
It's the classic Batman v Superman. I don't want to fight you.
Nah, this is Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, and the apparition is Palpatine just watching. Good.
And no doubt you will reassemble after I have hacked you to bits.
I mean, he has a good point, I guess.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Woo!
Just do that to everyone. They gotta get some better sword props, though, man.
All right. In the heart,
Oh,
in the
no.
head. I won't stay dead. Next time I'll do the same to you. I'll kill you. Be a pawn. Be a toy. Be a good soldier that never questions
I love
orders.
the lighting here.
Klingons kill for their own purposes.
This is Captain Kirk. A truce is ordered. The fighting is over.
This is Kang. Cease hostilities.
It appears to have weakened it, Captain. I suggest that good spirits might make an effective weapon.
It seems we have to make out. They're literally doing the It 2 ending.
Yeah, they really are.
Clown! Clown!
You had to recommend it for 3 seasons when it finally happened. It's like, screw you guys.
Oh, wow, okay. It's over.
Then what happened? Kirk's like, all right, but seriously, get back in the brig.
Well, it's fresh in my mind. I do like that Kang, like, he gave in, but only on his terms. Like, he's still, like, he's a fighter, but he's like, I'm not going to fight for this thing. So he didn't have a full change of heart, just enough to where it's like he found a little loophole to keep his, what's it called? His motives, I guess, or his ideology.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't know what the hell they were on when they did their makeup and their, facial hair, their eyebrows. Like, everything looked pretty bad. And then even the bad haircuts of the crew. Don't know what was up with all that. But Kang himself, I thought the actor did a great job. And I agree with you. He really did seem to stay true to his character throughout all the situations. Even at the end, I was like, how are they going to resolve this? Like, he's not going to believe them, but they did it in a way that I felt believable when he was like, we fight for our own motives. It's like, that's good. That's a good way to resolve that, although it does beg the question of what happened after this episode. I don't know. Also hilarious that it's just what a coincidence. They were watching this episode where his name is Kang. As we're recording this the day before, Kang is the next main villain in the next Marvel movie. That's just very ironic and coincidental. So that's pretty hilarious.
Yeah. You know what's weird? Last episode was basically a fever dream, but this episode felt like more of a fever dream. Like, just super, super weird. I don't know what it is with, like, episodes with, like, Star Trek regular enemies, whether Klingons or Romulans, but it's like it just doesn't hit the same way the other ones do. Like, I don't know, not necessarily in a bad way, just kind of like like, I don't know, everything felt a little bit off here. Like, you already mentioned the haircuts and everything, the makeup. I mean, I understand you got to give 40 people the same horrible, makeup job, and you can't just spend it on one person to have it look good. So you have to, spread it across 40 people. I get that. It's TV, you have limited time, budget, blah, 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 blah. But also those foam swords, dude. It's like, come on.
Yeah. At least they had the decency to add in the special effects. Or not the special effects, the sound effects when they were doing the sword battles, at least. But, yeah, it felt just a little bit dull to me. I'm not sure why. Like, there is stuff that I liked about it. The overall, like, story and message of it, like, I did appreciate. I made a joke about how the thing was like the news media, but in reality, like, this thing of making, only surviving off of hate and pitting these two species against each other with the crew and the Klingons and all that, I liked the story and how it played out, but something about the execution was just like a little slow paced, a little boring, a little dull. And there were nice little moments in there, like the Scotty, Spock, and Kirk on the bridge when they get into that argument with each other and, start being racist and everything. Like, good moments like that, but it was spread a little bit too thin, I feel like.
There were good questionable moments where they picked the right characters to have those freak out moments. Like, okay, Scotty freaks out all the time, Bones freaks out all the time, but it's just enough to where it's like, something's wrong here. But they kind of tipped our hand, too, because it cut to Kirk looking all suspicious, like, it's like, so it kind of gave it away there. And also, us being just a little bit of ahead of the crew, just seeing this thing float around like a Scooby-Doo villain. You know what would be really nice one episode if they were just wrong about something, where it's like the entire time they believe, like, what if, it's an entity that feeds on this, and at the end they're just completely wrong. And they somehow find a way to get through it. That would be interesting, but that's just, an idea that I have for a television show that I'm not going to make. But I wanted to bring one more thing up. Like, the entity, like, it created a backstory for one person having a fake brother, but, like, with everyone else, it just makes him angry. Like, was that just for, just to add, it was a nice moment, because I thought it was like, oh, God, why are they explaining this again when Sulu asks, like, oh, why is he so upset? It's like, we already know why he's upset. But then they brought up the brother thing. He doesn't have a brother. That was a good moment. But then it just, I kind of wish he did have a brother. Like,
yeah, I was a little bit torn on that because we were so, like, excited to see Chekhov get more characterization. And then it was a good twist and good reveal when Sulu said that. But then it only works the one time. Like, after they reveal it, then every time someone, Bones would come in, like you said, or Scotty would come in and someone would be, like, angry. It's like, okay, well, this no longer works on me because I know that they're just under this control, which is fine. But they would then play it out every single time as if, we still weren't supposed to know or realize for a minute, And it's kind of like, you've already done this. It just was a little bit repetitive, even to the point where, like, that red shirt came up to Kirk the one time and did the same exact thing Chekhov tried to do. It just got a little bit repetitive with it. I wish they would have had more to it. I know you said that when we were watching it, I don't know if you still feel the same way, but when we were originally watching it, you said that you hope this thing isn't smart or anything, which it turns out, it's really not. It's just like living off of the hate of the crew and everything, and I do like that.
Yeah.
But I wish there would have been a little bit more that they could have done with the crew to make it not so repetitive, make it a little bit more individualized. We've seen episodes where the people have individual reasons for, coming to the same conclusion, but
I was going to bring that up. Yeah, like the episode where everyone was drunk in their own way. Episode 4, I think, season 1, where like Sulu went crazy with the sword. Spock was experiencing the motion. Yeah. Or that other episode where like they were each that superhuman group or whatever. They try to take over the Enterprise, and then everyone's separated with their own person, and they each do something different to get through to them. But yeah, that would have made it nice to have an individual, so we could. And then when we come to the conclusion, it feels better rather than just knowing right away. Maybe this episode could be fixed in the edit, maybe? If things were just edited around differently, just with all the same footage, some things cut out. I get it. This almost feels like a stretch to 50 episode.
Yeah, it just seems like it was there. The idea was there, and like it was good. And then it just didn't come together, which that happens, not the end of the world. I still thought it was fine. It was just a little bit dull, a little bit long. It would have been cool also if, even though we don't like being ahead of the characters, like maybe if the whole creature thing wasn't shown so explicitly from the beginning, and then maybe we as the audience are even convinced that it really is them two, against each other, tricking each other. Obviously we'd be on the Enterprise's side against the Klingons, but then it's revealed in a later act that it's actually this third party creature. That could have been a good reveal too, but that's just not how the story was written.
If we never saw this thing, I think like it would have been completely different. Like, why is this happening and no one can figure it out? I think that'd be more interesting.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, there's another party on board, and like when they're doing like the scanner thing, it's like, what do you mean there's another party on board?
Yeah, and like if you think about the way it's laid out too, like the thing with Chekhov, like we would have had no idea why he lied, and then like the thing with Spock when he's like, think about this, they don't have the technology to make these weapons, like this doesn't make any sense. Like we could have played along with them, until it was eventually revealed what this thing was. So that's just a little different way of storytelling, I guess. But also, we're watching a 60s TV show, so it's like, I know that they had to be like, oh, look at this alien creature, from the beginning. So it is what it is. I just really, with this one, it's like a lot of times if I don't care for an episode, it's just like, all right, whatever. But with this one, I really wish that I liked it more, because like there was stuff in here that I feel like could have been really good. Maybe on rewatches or in the future I'll appreciate it more, but on a first watch it just like didn't hit me as much as I wanted.
I just feel like there's so much stuff they're going to be done to fix it, even though like I have no experience in film or television. But I know.
We know. We know.
We know.
Let us do it.
We'll do it. I will finish on a positive. I do like that it didn't end with an omnipotent voice. Oh, YouTube passed the test. It's like, nope. It's just this floating ball. I'm out of here. I'm not getting fed here. I'm leaving. I think that's a positive. I just wish we weren't shown it, every 30 seconds. It's here. It's here.
I'll end on a couple positives too. I liked the lighting stuff they did in this, both when they like shut down all the lights on the bridge, and we got to see that shot of Sulu in the tube with the lights off for a second. That was cool. Mm-hmm. And then the red lighting at the end on their faces. And then also I think all the actors did a good job. I already commended the Klingon actor, but I think all the actors did the best with the material in this episode. And like Bones had that scene where he came in and was mad, and DeForest Kelley did really good there. It just didn't really lead to anything. So that was all good. I just, again, as a reminder, like, we're examining these episodes that were made in a matter of like less than a couple of weeks in real time when they were being made, you know? So it's like, it's not that we're like tearing the episode apart or anything. It's just like we're 3 seasons into this show and we've seen, I mean, just a couple episodes ago, I'm still reeling from that episode, you know, the Is There in Truth No Beauty, you know, I'm still, you know, thinking about that one. So it's like when we come across these ones, it's not that we hate them or that they're terrible. It's just like we know how good the show can be. So we have kind of a high standard at this point.
Yeah, they're fun to pick apart, and it's like, oh, blah blah blah. You know, they only have a few weeks. You know, they gotta get this many episodes out per season. And like, yeah, I understand that, but sometimes if you have a lot of pressure, you make some freaking diamonds. Like, Is There No Truth in Beauty? Like, that was a perfect example of like a diamond. Like, that was perfection. So it's interesting. I mean, if they had unlimited time in the world, unlimited budget, yeah, I'm sure they'd make, you know, A+ masterpieces every time. But it's like, TV world is fascinating because, you know, they have a set time, they got to get this done, and I believe a cut budget on season 3. But like, hey man, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. That's the magic, I guess.
Yeah, no, well said about the pressure and making the diamonds. That's absolutely true in a lot of these cases so far. So still excited to keep going and watch the rest of the season here. Make sure to subscribe if it's your first time here so you can join us on this journey. Check out all the other Star Trek reactions we've done. Become part of the target audience.
Absolutely. That'll do it for us here. I'm Alex. This is Josh. We are the target audience. Content's made for absolutely everybody, but we think it's specifically made for us and hopefully for you as well. Thank you. We'll see you next time.